Hey folks, Rob here. Well, mowing season's upon us, and I've already mowed once, but it's getting big again. Well, we was cleaning up back there last week when we were doing some cleaning up, and apparently I've thrown the belt off of my deck, or the belt doesn't appear to be broken. It's just looks like it's come off of a tensioner or something. So I'm going to attempt to take this deck off today and see if we can't get her up and going. So this is kind of a big ordeal for me because, you know, I'm fat. I've been struggling with my blood pressure. So let's see what this old man can do. See if we can get this deck off here and get it diagnosed. See if we can get it running today. I really need to mow. So looks like first we got a clip up front here. So let me get that off. Now, you older guys will understand this, that getting up and down off the ground is the biggest part of the problem. Let me see if I can see what's going on from the upper standpoint. Now, I don't know if it's engaged or disengaged right there at that moment. Let me see if I can get up. So our gauge is, or our belt is, I don't think it's moving anything down below. Honestly, it could be just the fact that we have a crap ton of stuff around this blade over here that is wanting to keep it from turning. I'm gonna have to get something and cut all this out. So let's start there. I know you can't see me over there, but hopefully you can hear me. For some reason, this is just not moving that belt. I just went and got us an assortment of pliers, see what works and what don't. I'm gonna try these little ones here. See if I can get this clip off. Well, that one came off easy enough. If they all do that, we'll be good shape. Now that runs up, there's a bolt under there, so there's a screw that actually comes up through the frame and holds that. So let's get this one off. See, this cable here seems kind of loose, and that is the cable that puts tension on the tensioner. So there's that loose. So that raises our deck up and down. There's also a clip that holds this cable in. If I can get it from here, if I can see it well enough to get to it from this side. I hope everybody's been doing okay. I hope this is an easy fix because I don't have any parts, but hopefully it's nothing serious. The belt's not broken, so I don't know. It seems to just be, I don't know. Let's get her out. Let's see what we can do. So once you get your 3 clips out, the deck's pretty well off the thing. We just get it out from under it. I'm sure that's probably metric. Let's get our 3/8 out here. And if I'm a guess, it's probably about a 13. So right under here, you can see the top of it is a bolt that comes up. and it turns from the bottom side. Well, it's not in there very tight. That's probably a good thing. That allows that to come down and swing out. And our deck should come out. Now I'm going to move you and I'm going to bring it out from this side because that cable is on this side and I want to be able to unhook that cable from here. So, all right, there's our deck off. So here's where the spring goes. This is our tensioner and our brake. That's on there. Let's get her up here on the tailgate. Okay, I'm just going to take my cobalt blower and just blow the deck off, get the crap off of it. A lot of stuff built up around them pulleys. Now, honestly, guys, I see nothing at all wrong there. I mean, the belts, I think that's a newer belt. I think I just put that on there like last year. So the belt's in good shape. Everything seems to be, moving freely enough. There's your brakes on that linkage. I don't see where our problem lies, unless maybe that's, well, let's flip her over. I'm gonna get her up on the tailgate. I'm gonna flip her over. I'm gonna try to, those turn easy enough. Let's get her up on the tailgate and work on her a little bit. So when looking at this, I see nothing that would be indicator of it not, even though they have some shit in them, that one is kind of tight to turn. That's the one I think's got all the crap wrapped around it. Let's tip her up here, look her over. Yeah, we are definitely bound up right here with a shit ton of, looks like, weed eater string. So we're gonna have to cut all of that off. Guys, I brought out the OdenWolf W-mini, the D2 steel. This is I think this is a Scandi grind. I love these knives. They make these in two different versions, a flat grind and a Scandi. I gifted one of them. I think that's electrical wire. I don't believe that's electrical wire. That's not weed eater string. It's probably not the best thing to be using my W-mini for, but let's test her out here. It's cutting through that. Yeah, it's old speaker wire or something like that. You can go tell them what kind of junk you'll ever run into around here. Let's see if it'll unwrap. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. I do not recommend cutting wire with your OdenWolf knife, but it cut it just fine. No problem whatsoever. Yeah, this could have been enough, maybe, but it just didn't seem like it was getting enough tension on the belt to to turn the deck. And then to the life of me, I can see nothing there that looks like it would stop it. When you get this stuff out, make sure you dispose of it properly so you don't run over the stuff again. Yeah, that's in there. Pretty tight. All right. I do not get to use my Bosch impact nearly enough. And if I ain't mistaken, I bought this socket there just for that. Let's see if I'm right. My blade is dull. I do have a dull blade. So let's just take that off and get all that off of there. Honestly, for the age of this mower, the deck and everything appear to be in pretty good condition. You know, no real damage to the hubs or anything. God, I do need to sharpen those blades. They are dull, dull, dull. Let's take this other one off. I'm gonna run me a cord, hook up the old grinder, and see if we can put a little bit of sharpness on these. Okay, I got the blades a lot sharper than they were. Are they perfect still? No. But they'll cut. I probably need to order me some new blades. Probably need to order some new blades. But I think they will do for this summer. Or at least until I can get some. I tell you, if you don't have an impact, taking these things off can be a pain in the butt. I've done it for years before I ever owned an impact. All right. Now, they sound a little dry. Let's see before we do this. Let's see. Actually, if I can get a little PB blaster to work down around that, do that on both of them. You know, you definitely don't want to get lubricant on your belt, but see if we can get a little bit to work down in here. Be nice if I get a little bit from the top too. Like I said, don't want to get anything on the belt itself. Because then we would have a slippage problem. Got a little bit to work in there maybe. Don't start these with your torque wrench, start them by hand. All right. We'll see if we can work a little bit in from the top. And just like that, I found where our problem's at. I was looking at this thing and thinking, this belt should go through here. And it has slipped out between there. So rather than take that off, I'm going to just see if I can get this to roll through there, which it did. And then I'm going to take this big pair of channel locks. I'm going to squeeze that a little tighter so that maybe that doesn't happen again. Because that looks like that's maybe been bent out before in order to keep from taking that pulley off. So I put a little oil on the pulleys. I do believe that's what it was. Everything's working, you know, as it should. This pulls this back, and that should engage her. So let me work on putting this thing back on, and let's hope it works. Because if it don't, I don't see the immediate problem. Okay, now is the time to see if we actually fixed it or not. So let's cross our fingers. Hope that's all it was. So there we go, up and running. Knock her out a little bit at a time. Thanks for watching, guys.